Vladimir Putin has said he is willing to provide a transcript of Donald Trump's meeting with senior Russian officials, insisting the US president did not share classified intelligence. News agencies had initially suggested the Russian leader had offered to release an audio recording of the contentious meeting with Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov, but subsequent reports showed he had used a word more accurately translated as transcript. It was not immediately clear whether the meeting had been recorded by the Russian officials, and if so whether the US government was aware the meeting was being taped. Mr. Putin said, "If the US administration deems it possible, we are ready to provide a transcript of the conversation between Mr. Lavrov and Mr. Trump in the US Senate and the US Congress in the event the American administration would want it, of course." The Russian president has repeatedly denied Mr. Trump passed secrets to Mr. Lavrov and has dismissed the scandal engulfing the former real estate mogul as political schizophrenia. It comes after Mr. Trump reportedly revealed highly classified information about ISIS to Mr. Lavrov and Russian ambassador to the US Sergey Kislyak in a White House meeting last week, according to the Washington Post. The information revealed by the president while in the Oval Office was said to have been provided to the US by an American ally through a sensitive intelligence sharing arrangement. White House officials took steps to contain the damage after the meeting, placing calls to the CIA and National Security Agency. It was unclear which country passed on the intelligence to US officials. One of the most worrying aspects of the slip was that Mr. Trump revealed the city in ISIS territory where the U.S. intelligence partner detected the threat. There were claims that Russia could use the information to undermine the U.S., or its ally. The development comes after the Republican leader dismissed FBI Director James Comey, who was leading an investigation into Russian collusion in the president's 2016 election campaign. According to multiple reports, Vladimir Putin just offered to provide a transcript of a discussion between President Trump and Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov that occurred last week in the Oval Office. There was no mention of the other high-ranking Russian official that was in the room, Ambassador to the US Sergey Kislyak. Some news outlets have erroneously claimed that Russia is willing to provide an audio recording, but Reuters is reporting that Putin didn't offer up any audio, just a transcript. The remarks were made at a press conference today. The implication, however, is that the Russians may have a recording of some kind, audio or video, from which they would be able to produce a transcript. One of the major concerns that former intelligence officials raised after the meeting became known was that Russian officials would bring sensitive recording technology into the White House. But, of course, a transcript doesn't necessarily mean that there is a recording, audio or otherwise. It's possible to provide a readout from someone who may have been taking notes during the meeting as well. Donald Trump came under fire late on Monday after it was revealed that he had disclosed highly classified information during his meeting with the Russians in the Oval Office. This certainly won't help things. Russian leader Vladimir Putin said early Wednesday that President Trump did not share secrets with Russian officials last week and is willing to give Congress transcripts to prove it. The Associated Press and Reuters reported that Putin is willing to hand over the records of the president's conversation with Russia's foreign minister and ambassador, if the White House approves. 2 days ago, The Washington Post reported that the president revealed highly classified intelligence information during that Oval Office meeting. The Post cited current and former U.S. officials who said Trump divulged information from a foreign source, now known to be Israel, involving a terror threat from the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. Putin on Wednesday joked that his foreign minister Sergey Lavrov hasn't shared those secrets with us. I'll be forced to issue him with a reprimand because he did not share these secrets with us, Putin joked. Not with me, nor with representatives of Russia's intelligence services. It was very bad of him. Reuters reported that Putin is willing to turn over a transcript of Trump's conversations. A spokesman for Putin reportedly noted that the Russian government only had a written transcript of the conversations, and not an audio recording. During a joint press conference with visiting Prime Minister of Italy, Putin also accused U.S. lawmakers of stupid and dangerous anti-Russian sentiment with accusations of sharing intelligence, the AP reported. Putin said he had no other explanation for the allegations other than political schizophrenia. Either they don't understand the damage they're doing to their own country, in which case they are simply stupid, or they understand everything, in which case they are dangerous and corrupt, he added. The Russian leader also suggested that Trump was being hindered from doing his job properly. He said the American people will be able to judge Trump's performance as president only when he's allowed to work at full capacity.